Hello and welcome to this podcast by What's New on the Net.com. I am your regular host Saurabh Goswala, bringing you the tech headlines of this week from around the globe. But before that, have you heard of our 2-minute mic offer? So here it is. If you are the founder, co-founder or partner of a tech startup, or a CTO or for that matter, a tech writer or influencer, you may write into us asking to be featured on this very podcast. Yes, that's right. You can have your say on tech for 120 seconds in front of our mic. How does that grab you? Having said that, let's get on with the news. While this podcast is strictly about technology and digital developments, I will start off this week's episode with a bit of news related to the Russian-Ukraine war. While realms and realms have been written so far about it, here's an interesting survey that came out this week. It seems virtual private network or VPN installs in Russia went up by almost 2,000% in the first few days after the start of the Russian invasion. The interest in VPNs started to increase on February 16, 2022, after the first wave of cyber attacks against Ukraine occurred, according to a study by Atlas VPN. Most of you by now know that VPN is a service that hides the user's real IP address and encrypts their online activities. These changes prevent third parties such as the government, internet service providers or hackers from tracking the user's online traffic. The results of the study basically mean a VPN is helping Russians overcome the ban on access to some of the websites imposed by the Russian government. If you are an iPad user, and also are an avid Instagram fan, here's some disappointing news for you. Earlier this week, Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri once again said there was no chance of an Insta app for the iPad. It's been 12 years since Instagram was launched, but for some unfathomable reason, Meta, the owner of Instagram, refuses to come out with an app for iPad users. Now, if you want to know the popularity of iPads, according to market research firm IDC, Apple shipped out 17.5 million iPads across the globe in the last quarter of 2021, and its iPads made up 34% of the worldwide tablet market last year. That just goes to underline for the guys at Insta just how many iPads are in use around the world. So hey guys, why no Instagram app then? TikTok has extended the duration of their videos to 10 minutes, in the latest of their constant efforts to increase their video length for the past few years. The popular social media platform has been steadily expanding the length of videos the last several years, extending them first from 15 seconds to 60 seconds and then, in July last year, launching 3-minute videos. YouTube better watch out. A cyber extortionist group that stole up to 1 terabyte of data from American multinational company Nvidia has delivered what is possibly the most unusual ultimatum in the history of cybercrime. On Friday, the group said Nvidia must allow its graphics cards to mine cryptocurrencies faster or else face the imminent release of its employees' private data. The hackers, known as Lapsus Dollar, say that they have stolen over 1 terabyte of data after hacking into Nvidia's private network. The data includes email addresses and login credentials for more than 71,000 of Nvidia's employees. By the way, some of this private data has already been released by the hackers.
Here is a shout out to founders, co-founders, CEOs, CTOs and C-suite guys of tech unicorns, businesses and startups around the world. Come share your business story on our weekly podcast. CEO Speak is a new slot we have introduced in which the top management of tech companies can tell the rest of their community of their success, their struggles, and so on. Plus, as a bonus, the same will also be published on our website what'snewonthenet.com. Get your invite by writing into us at what'snewonthenet.com, at gmail.com.
And now let's move on to our startup segment. Now, as most of you know, most businesses, bloggers, vloggers, and other types of digital creators need to connect to their audiences via email. This communication usually takes the form of a regular newsletter or a promotion-based email announcement. Growing an email list is considered one of the best ways to engage with clients or leads, and anything that affects email deliverability negatively is really bad for business. A high bounce rate is one of the things that can potentially cause a sender's address to accrue a bad reputation, which may result in emails ending up in spam folders or not being delivered at all. To counter the problem of email bounce, BlockSurvey has added an open-source email bounce checker to its suite of SaaS tools. This free-to-use facility allows users to check if an email address is valid or not. So now users can check the validity of email addresses on their lists before sending them, thus eliminating bounced emails. If you want to know more about BlockSurvey, go over to our website what'snewonthenet.com.
A word of caution. Listeners are strongly advised to do their due diligence before buying or downloading any of the startups featured here. Startup profiles are only for information purposes, and this podcast does not vouch for any of their features.
With that, I am at the end of today's bulletin. Hope all of you have enjoyed listening to it as our team has had putting it together. Do not forget to press the like button, and oh yes, do subscribe. This is your host Saurabh Gaswala signing off for now. Stay healthy, stay safe.